Have you ever wondered why it is that with the vast majority of IRAs or 401ks, probably including yours, that you're not allowed to buy anything in those accounts other than stocks or mutual funds? Hey, it's your money, isn't it? Shouldn't you be allowed to do with it as you please? Well, you're about to find out that the reason those limits exist isn't actually the law. It's somebody else. Hello, my name is Brian Ellis. I am the CEO of the Self-Directed Investor Society, and I'm going to shed some light on this issue for you today and give you the solution. So back in 1974, when Congress created IRAs, they really initially only put in two restrictions in terms of asset classes that you could not purchase with your IRA. Those were life insurance and collectibles. 401ks, they're even less restricted than that. They have almost complete flexibility, but you never know that based on the restrictions that you are told exist for your accounts. Now, why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you, but we cover this in some detail and some interesting ways in chapter number 1 of the Definitive Guide to Self-Directed IRAs, a brand new edition of which was just recently in this past week released. You can have a copy of it for free just by texting the word IRA Guide with no spaces or periods to 833-212-2112. And normal message and data rates may apply. So how does this happen? How is it that you cannot use your own money that you have saved to invest the way that you want to invest? Well, here is the reality. The law, particularly for IRAs, is that you have to have a custodian to hold your accounts, kind of like a bank, but you are not allowed to just set aside a pile of money and invest that money and keep it in your house and call that your IRA. You actually have to put your retirement assets into an account that a custodian holds for your benefit. They're kind of like a trustee, and the IRA actually is a type of trust. But here's the thing. While the law doesn't stipulate many restrictions at all, like I said, life insurance and collectibles, custodians are free to enforce their own restrictions, so that even though the law allows you to do anything other than life insurance and collectibles, your custodian might say, sorry, no, you can't do anything other than stocks or mutual funds or bonds, basically Wall Street stuff. And that's exactly what has happened. These custodians that I call captive IRA custodians, they basically use IRAs as a way to force you to use your hard-earned money to buy their assets that they are selling, their investment products, and to restrict your choice so that you can't buy investment products from anyone else. So what is the solution? That's kind of a horrible thing if you ask me. The solution to this is to use a better company, to use an IRA company that does not impose those restrictions on you, an IRA company that in fact will let you do anything that the law will allow you to do. Such an IRA company is called a self-directed IRA provider. You might hear them called custodians or administrators. For your purposes, those are basically the same thing. We'll call them providers generically. But the secret is to use a self-directed IRA provider that is truly self-directed, that will allow you to invest your money how you see fit. There's an easy test for this, by the way. If you want to know if an IRA company is a self-directed IRA provider, call them up and ask if you can invest in something like, say, dairy cattle. If the answer is immediately no, then that is not a self-directed IRA company. If the answer is yes, or if the answer is, I don't know, let me look into it, then that's probably a self-directed IRA company. So that's a good thing. That's what you want to be looking for. Now, here's a question. Would you like a list of those self-directed IRA providers so that you don't have to go and do all the research yourself? Well, the easy way to get that is in the Definitive Guide to Self-Directed IRAs. We provide a rather comprehensive list and access to a rather comprehensive list through the Definitive Guide to Self-Directed IRAs. You can get it, again, by texting IRA Guide with no spaces or periods to 833-212-2112. So here's the thing, though. Not all self-directed IRA providers are the same. Some of them are very good. Some of them are not so good. And you can't tell by the size. There are some big ones that are really bad. There are some small ones that are really great. So how do you know which one to choose? Hey, I'll give you more on that tomorrow. So a quick reminder, go ahead and Get your free copy of the Definitive Guide to Self-Directed IRAs right now, and I will look forward to talking with you tomorrow, my friends.